220 episodes in, and it's time for yet another episode of
The Horror Guys.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Kevin.
We got 4 movies and a short for you.
We sure do.
What do we got?
We have a ghost.
We do.
And Sick and Swallowed and Spoonful of Sugar.
It sounds like a plague week again.
It does.
It's not.
It's not.
All right, cool. Yeah, we have a ghost from 2023. Spoonful of Sugar, same thing. Hey, they're all from 2023.
They're all new movies this week.
Over at
So we're not going to
horrorbulletin.com.
spoil them very much.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I guess it'll be a short
So
podcast.
it'll be a short podcast, yeah.
Over at horrorbulletin.com, our weekly newsletter, we have 2 older films. We have Aenigma from 1987. Lucio Fulci at it again. And The Face of Fu Manchu from 1965. That's the first Fu Manchu with Christopher Lee.
They were both pretty entertaining. The Fu Manchu,
I know what you're going to say.
They were so bad back then about yellowface.
There were no Asians harmed in the making of this. There were no Asians used in the making of that movie.
There weren't. There were a few genuine Asians as extras.
In the background, yeah.
All the main male characters were entirely white guys in Asian makeup.
Yes.
Christopher Lee, of course, was not really Asian.
There was one actual Chinese girl that helped everybody pronounce their lines.
And there were 2 Asian women in the credits for real, named characters. And all the guys. So,
but it was entertaining.
It was entertaining, but you got to look past that.
Set a few things aside.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, something you don't want to set aside is the Horror Guy's Guide to the horror films of Peter Cushing, which is available now at all the usual places. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, or, HorrorGuysShop.com has it too.
He did a lot of stuff.
It's awesome.
There's also a Horror Guy's Guide to the Halloween films that's still out there that is completely free, too.
That's only exclusively at HorrorGuysShop.com. You can't get that anywhere else. But the good part is, it's free.
It's free.
Just go and download it, put it on your Kindle, put it on your iPhone, put it on your computer if you want. It don't matter. Just read the thing. It's good.
And that's a fun little thing. It gives all the timelines, explains the timelines, the diverging timelines, how those work.
And if you like either of those, definitely leave a review over at Amazon or wherever it is you pick it up. Reviews are always nice.
Usually.
The very first review on Peter Cushing complained that we didn't talk about his pre-movie radio career.
And stage.
And stage work, yes.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it says it's not a biography. And second of all, it's called The Horror Films of Peter Cushing.
It's right there in the title.
Yeah. All the Horror Guys guides pretty much take the same format. We'd look up a list of everything that falls in that category, whether it's Peter Cushing or Vincent Price or Roger Corman or Universal or Hammer or whatever. We watch all the movies that fit into that category. We do the full spoilery synopsis. Usually we'll do the commentary and how well it holds up, and it's got some trivia and trailers, and it's got all the good stuff. If you've read anything on HorrorGuys.com, it's whole books full of that.
Mm-hmm. Fun stuff.
Yeah. So if you pick one up, leave a review. But I hear there's another book on the way.
There is. It's Tales to Make You Shiver, Volume 3.
Whoa.
Another collection of short stories.
In the works for years and years.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Tales to Make You Shiver, Volume 1. I wrote that one entirely myself. Then number 2 was half me and half Kevin. Number 3 is the All Kevin, All the Time episode.
Uh-huh.
How many stories you figure is going to be in there?
I'm figuring 10 for sure.
Depends on how long it turns out.
It depends on how long the length. Yeah, mm-hmm. I haven't compiled the length, so we'll see.
Yeah, the first 2 books were 13 stories each, but these are a little longer, so probably a few fewer.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll be coming out in the next couple of months, probably. We'll keep you updated on that.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
Everybody loves Tales to Make You Shiver.
Short stories.
Brr. Scary.
Mm-hmm.
What else is scary?
Ghosts.
They are.
Goats.
Not always, though.
We have a goat. No, ghost. We have a ghost.
We have a goat. Yeah, that'd be a movie, too.
That's another thing entirely. We have a ghost from 2023, which was directed and written by Christopher Landon, and also writing credit to Jeff Manaugh. Stars Jahi
Diallo Winston.
Thank you. And David Harbour and Anthony Mackie and some other people.
2 hours, 6 minutes, trailer in the show notes. Had you heard about this one ahead of time? There's
I
another
had.
one that sort of snuck in.
No, I had heard about
You
it.
had?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, this was all around pretty awesome. It's funny and touching with great special effects, an excellent cast, and a clever script. The comedy lightens the horror elements very well. And the first thing before, without any spoilers, I would say the thing I would compare this to mostly might be maybe The Frighteners.
A little bit, yeah.
That one started out as pure comedy and got much more serious later on.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one keeps the same tone throughout.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny. It's got ghosts, though.
It does. A ghost.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just one ghost.
And it's a bit of a mystery kind of
yeah.
thing, too.
What happened? Well, what happens?
Well, we watch from the street as people run screaming from the house, jump in their car, and drive away. The door slams behind them, and credits roll. And a year passes. It's the same house, looking a little run down. And the Presley family and the realtor go inside for a showing. Frank, Melanie, and their two sons, Kevin and Fulton, like what they see. But why is the house so cheap? Melanie asks, nothing bad happened here, right? And the realtor kind of dances her out a little bit. No, nothing. It's just a buyer's market. Well, Kevin, the teenager, goes up to, this is not this Kevin, there's another Kevin in this. He goes up to the creepy old attic and thinks that's a dump, but they soon move in.
The house has been empty for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
They said 1 year, and it is falling apart. It's like an old haunted house by the time they move in.
It really went downhill fast.
Yeah, houses don't decompose that quickly.
Yeah, this one did. Yeah.
Anyway.
We soon see that there's a lot of family tension between Frank and Kevin. Frank's the dad. Kevin says they've had so many fresh starts, I've lost count. That's right. That night, Kevin hears something up in the attic and goes to investigate. And he sees a ghost who woos at him. Well, Kevin just giggles, thinks he's funny, and records the whole thing.
You ever seen somebody who pretends to be a ghost? They just wave their arms, go woo.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, the ghost wears a shirt that says Ernest, and he doesn't think it's funny at all. Well, Kevin meets Joy, their next-door neighbor. She says the neighbors call their new home the House of Death, which she thinks is pretty cool. After school, Kevin confronts the non-scary ghost and has a one-sided conversation with him, because Ernest can't talk. He can only make noises, ghost noises, and he can't really remember anything about his life. He can become physical with a bit of concentration, and we soon see that Ernest is a little protective of his new friend. Well, Kevin starts watching YouTube videos about ghosts and psychics. His brother Fulton steals Kevin's camera and sees the video of Ernest, and so does Dad.
Always password protect your phone.
Yeah. Well, they're both impressed, but think they shouldn't tell Mom. And Frank posts the video on YouTube. And ghost expert Dr. Leslie Monroe does a sparsely attended book signing at the local bookstore. Someone asks her if she's seen the new viral video of the ghost in the guy's attic. So, we got a setup of the characters.
Yeah, and that's probably where we should stop.
We shouldn't spoil it more. Yeah.
So there's a ghost, and there's a video of the ghost, and everybody knows there's a ghost. It's not a secret at this point. What could go wrong?
Hilarity will ensue.
All right, well, it's a little over 2 hours long, so it's long, but I thought it could have been longer still. This would have been a great miniseries. Always leave them wanting more, and this one did.
Yeah, it was really good.
The
really
production values are really high, the acting is good, and it never really slows down. It's a mystery, a comedy, an action film, a family drama, and a horror story all combined. He's got a lot going on. All the questions are answered and everything gets resolved. It's funny and fun. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Not sure if that's our best for the week, but we'll see here. We'll come back and judge it at the end.
Yeah, there were some good ones this week. It's hard to decide.
Next up, we have Spoonful of Sugar, 2023. Directed by Mercedes Bryce Morgan, written by Leah St. Marie, stars Morgan Saylor, Kat Foster, and Miko Oliver. Hour and 34 minutes. Trailer in the show notes.
And
I think this one's on Shudder.
It didn't dawn on me till after. That's a reference to the Mary Poppins, because she's
the
a
nanny.
Yeah, Spoonful of Sugar song. And
yeah. And if you're doing a Google or anything, this is just spoonful. It's not a spoonful. So spoiler free, strange is a good word for this one. Something will seem strange, but is that the only thing that seems strange? No. It's a good one with excellent script and great cast. And I think we both like this one, too.
Yeah. Didn't know anything about this one at all going into it. And that was a good way to see it.
So you read the last one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just read all this one.
Oh.
Well, Millicent wakes up on the bus. She goes to a house and rings the bell. Rebecca asks Millicent some questions, interviewing to be babysitter. Millie wonders about little Johnny's astronaut outfit. Millie says she has no family, so she can be Johnny's family. She doesn't have much experience, but claims to like kids. Johnny doesn't speak, but he likes her. He's allergic to just about everything, so it all sounds very complicated. Fortunately, his medication knocks him right out, so he sleeps a lot. Well, if you're going to babysit a kid,
that's the best way
tell
to.
one that sleeps all the time.
Yeah.
Millie really likes Johnny's shirtless, hunky father, Jacob, a lot, too. Rebecca is weird and bossy, but Millie says she can handle the job. Millicent, on the bus now, hallucinates a naked man with devil horns leaning against her. When she gets off the bus, she takes a drop of some kind of drug, and the credits roll. So we get all that before the credits.
That's a lot to pack in.
Well, we cut to Millicent at the psychiatrist's office, and he talks about her microdosing with LSD. Oh, that's what she's doing.
That's what the drops are.
He wants to cut back on the dosage or she's going to start hallucinating. Well, too late.
Well, too late, yeah.
We hear that she was in the foster system for her whole life and she has some daddy issues. She tells Dr. Welsh that all she really wants is to be a better mother than the one she sees in the park. She hallucinates some things right there in the doctor's office. Well, Rebecca, the mother, is immediately jealous of Millicent, but Jacob thinks maybe she's too innocent. They soon have kinky sex, but he stops the kink because she's a mother now.
Yeah,
Jacob and Rebecca.
Yeah, that's Jacob and Rebecca, not Millicent.
You can't do that weird stuff. You're a mother now.
Yeah.
Well, they stop even that when Johnny interrupts with a crazy seizure. Little Rebecca blames Jacob for giving him chocolate. Jacob insists that Johnny does not have allergies. Rebecca is just in denial about Johnny being sick in the head. He doesn't have allergies, he's just crazy.
He's just crazy? Well, maybe.
The little boy needs to be institutionalized, not coddled for imaginary allergies. He's even found and talked to a place, but she doesn't want to abandon him to strangers. Well, Millicent drops more acid. Then she's called down for breakfast with a strange man who seems to be her father. She denied having family to Rebecca, and we gradually realize that he's not her father. He's her, quote, daddy.
Yeah.
And he's infatuated with her.
And that's a strange relationship there.
He cries at the thought that she might leave him someday. Later, Millicent, we're still very early into it.
Mm-hmm.
Later, Millicent works with Johnny in his astronaut suit. He digs up a dead rabbit that was buried out there. She cuts off its foot and promises to give it back to him later as a lucky keychain. He brings her another dead rabbit, and she teaches him how to skin it. Where's he getting all these dead rabbits?
And that's a question that we should leave the viewer to decide for themselves.
And I think we will leave the whole movie for the viewer to decide themselves.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil more of this.
Yeah. This one's got some fun parts. It's got some interesting bits.
Mm-hmm.
Murder, like everything else, is all about using the right tool for the right job.
That's right.
That's right. That's all I'm going to say. It's very weird. Between the weird sex things and the weird drug things and the weird murder things, we almost let the weird child slip right by us. The ending is an interesting twist, but not necessarily out of the blue. It's very weird, and we both liked it a lot.
Maybe we used the word weird too much, but
it's weird.
It's weird. Yeah, that's the word for it.
And at one point you said this was your favorite of the week.
Mm-hmm.
You going to stick with that, considering what the rest of the things were?
I think I might.
Okay.
Yeah.
Short film, Catch Your Breath, 2022. Written and directed by Matt Sears, stars Samson Oliver, Toby Oliver, and Renee Sears. 9 minutes, 4 seconds, and you can watch it on YouTube. What happens?
This was a pretty darn good one. Two brothers explore a haunted house on a dare. They're kind of daring each other, egging each other on. Andrew expects his brother to pull some kind of prank to scare him. And his brother pulls out some candles and explains how you are supposed to do a chant over a bathtub to see the ghost.
Sort of a Bloody Mary kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Fill the tub, say the chant, and she'll appear. But as long as you hold your breath for 1 minute, she can't hurt you. So Andrew is scared, but he wants to impress a girl and impress his brother, so he goes through with it. And what could go wrong?
Well, we find out.
We do. It looks good, has excellent pacing and music. It's short with nothing unnecessary and no filler scenes. The creature effects are thoroughly creepy, and the breath-holding concept is pretty unique as well.
Yeah, I like the creature in this one.
Yeah, she was good.
All right, takes us on to our next movie, Swallowed, from 2023. And this is one I watched without knowing anything about it. And, well, it didn't go where I thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
Written and directed by Carter Smith. Stars Cooper Koch, Jose Colon, Jenna Malone, and Mark Patton. Hour and 36 minutes. Spoiler free.
Well, you might think you know where things are going at the beginning, and you'll be right.
Sorta.
But it's stranger than that. It's got a good cast and script and was very entertaining.
Okay. Well, Ben and Dom talk at the dance club. Ben's leaving soon, and they're going to miss each other. The company he's working for in L.A. is paying all the expenses for the move. He's going to be a porn star. Well, they leave the club and go see Alice, a friend of Dom's cousin. And the cousin is messed up on some kind of drugs. Alice is hiring Dom for a run, and she explains the directions and locations they're heading to. She gives him a whole bunch of drugs wrapped up in condoms. Dom needs to swallow them and get them over the border.
And that's what I was misunderstanding at first. They were in Mexico at the beginning of the movie.
Yes.
I thought it was the other way around, that they were going to Mexico. But
no, they're in Mexico. They're going to L.A.
Yeah, they just went clubbing in Mexico and going back.
Dom says he's doing this for a financial gift for Ben, who had no idea that this was coming up. This was just out of the blue for him. Dom refuses to do it, but Alice pulls a gun, saying it's too late to back out now. She warns him about not tearing or damaging them when they come out again, and she also mentions some odd temperature restrictions, which we thought was strange.
Very strange, because drugs they're not
don't get
perishable.
them too hot, don't get them too cold.
Not perishable like that. Yeah, supposed to be kept at body temperature.
Shouldn't matter.
What?
Well, Dom does swallow them one by one. Just to keep Ben quiet, she makes him swallow a couple as well. Dom doesn't even know what's in the little bundles. What could go wrong?
Oh, we find out.
It's not what you think, though. Dom and Ben then drive on to the border station, and they pass through without any problems at all. They stop at a rest area, and Dom goes in to see if he can poop out the drugs. Ben waits outside as a truck drives up and a man goes inside. Ben comes inside to see how Dom's doing, and the redneck comes back. He starts accusing them of doing gay stuff in the restroom, but it's obvious that they're just talking. Dom argues with the man, who punches him in the gut. Hard.
That's not good.
Then the man leaves and goes out and he slashes their tires. Well, within a minute or two, Dom starts having stomach pains. Ben wants to call 911, but Dom refuses to let him do it. He poops out one of the little packages, and it's moving.
Yeah,
It's not drugs, it's something alive.
That was unexpected.
And we'll stop right there, I think.
Yeah.
This is going to be a really short show because of all these new movies we don't want to spoil.
It is. We don't want to ruin them for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of that's right there in the show description of the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, someone actually made a horror film with fisting. Why am I not surprised? You think you know where it's going for the first half hour, and then it gets weird. Well, we got a lot of weird this week.
Weird. Yeah, it's a weird week.
The cast is very small, and everything makes sense. Everyone acts realistically, even with the things that we're not going to talk more about.
Mm-hmm.
It's very unusual, has some interesting surprises, and it was pretty cool. I did like it.
Yeah, me too.
And then we got Sick, 2023. Directed by John Hyams. Written by Kevin Williamson and Caitlin Crabb. Stars Gideon Adlin, Bethlehem Million, and Dylan Sprayberry. Blueberry, strawberry,
And
sprayberries. 1 hour, 23 minutes. Trailer in the show notes. Spoiler free. This was part Scream, part COVID, part The Strangers. It's well made and okay all around, but there's not that much there that we haven't seen before. So it was kind of middle of the road as far as entertainment value.
It was kind of Scream light. It kept reminding me of.
A little bit, yeah.
And coincidentally, was it the writer? Kevin
yes.
Williamson?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Was one of those writers for Scream.
Huh.
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 Hmm.
Somebody has very few
There's some
ideas.
similarity here. Yeah.
All right, well, what's going on here?
April 3rd, 2020. The country is under heavy quarantine for COVID-19.
And this is right after the quarantine stuff all started, so it's all pretty fresh.
Mm-hmm. Grocery shelves are empty of toilet paper. Things are picked over. Everyone's in masks. Someone is texting Tyler repeatedly in the grocery store, but he doesn't know who it is. He goes home, and someone dressed like a ninja attacks him with a knife. It's not a Scream mask. It's a ninja outfit. He hides in the bathroom, and they run off. Oh, nope, they're right behind him. And Tyler is soon dead. Credits roll. Quick and violent. Parker and Miri pack the car so they can go hide out from the plague at Parker's dad's lake house. They put on their masks before getting in the car and driving off on the near empty roads. It's such a huge place, and the closest neighbor is 2 miles away.
They tell us this twice, that the closest neighbor is 2 miles away.
Make sure we know that they're isolated. Yeah. And this is 2 young women. As soon as they arrive, Parker starts getting the same kind of messages as Tyler was. It's almost like the same person is watching them. But she soon blocks them. Problem solved. That evening, a car pulls up outside, but they didn't invite anyone else. This was just supposed to be their getaway. And it turns out that it's DJ, Parker's boyfriend. They say he can stay so long as he wears a mask. And he's there because he saw her post on Instagram and knew the house, so he just came. And they talk, smoke, dance, play all evening. DJ is jealous of Benji, some guy she danced with on Instagram. Parker warns DJ that they were never exclusive as they stop for some relationship drama.
Yawn.
Yeah, a little bit. She refuses to give him what he wants, and he says he'll leave first thing in the morning. And then they'll go out to bed. And DJ goes out to the car for his clothes, but we see someone in the background sneak into the house. We see the same character standing in the background as Parker and Miri talk later. And eventually they do all go to bed. Soon after, the shadowy figure cuts all the phone lines and steals their cell phones.
Ooh, we know where this is going, don't we?
So, home intruder and somebody calling and texting and masked people, masked killers.
Yeah, it's got the phone and the text stuff straight out of Scream, and the mask killer straight out of Scream. But it's not exactly Scream.
We could still spoil it. Yeah, it's different.
It's like Scream with COVID.
Yeah, COVID Scream. Yeah.
All right. Well, if we're just going by the numbers, I can't even read that part,
We can't read that.
No,
because that's a spoiler.
Well, it's the standards trapped in an isolated place with a killer, with a little bit of COVID paranoia layered on top for spice. It's from the same writer who did several of the Scream films, and it definitely has a similar vibe. With the text messaging and other stuff, it feels like more of the same. The only thing here is that we don't have any before time to meet any suspects. You meet all 5 or 6 characters or whatever it was in Scream, and you're like, it could be this one, it could be that one, it could be this. This one here, we meet 3 people, so we very quickly learn that it's not one of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just some rando in a mask, probably. But if you really like the Scream series, you'll probably like this. I'm not, and I didn't.
No, I thought it was okay. I was kinder to it than you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the first Scream a whole lot, and then every single movie since then has gone downhill.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing the new Scream movie within the next month. Well, I don't know when it comes out. Real soon now. I'm not looking forward to it.
I think it's out now, isn't it? Isn't it available for viewing?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's just how much I care on that one.
Yeah. Well, part of the problem, too, I think they do degrade as they go, but we binged them, too. And it gets really tedious.
Yeah,
seeing them one after the other like that. Maybe if we'd broken the Scream movies up better, we would have.
Okay, so if you want to watch Scream, just do it one every 3 years.
Yeah, like they released them.
And in 20 years, you can give us your opinion on all of them. All right, so then again, over at Horror Bulletin, we've got The Face of Fu Manchu, starring Christopher Lee, and Aenigma, one that involves a girl at an all-girls school, and there's some telepathy and
possession.
It's got weird stuff going on there.
Revenge killing.
And it is one of those Italian Lucio Fulci movies, but it's in English, so it's not too much work.
Mm-hmm. And I still say Spoonful of Sugar is my favorite of the week.
I'm going to go with We Have a Ghost.
That'd be my number
Although
2.
Spoonful was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the stinker of the week would probably be Sick.
Yeah.
And it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's just derivative.
It was, nothing new.
Okay, so next week we're going to have 4 more movies and a film. You remember what we got for next week?
I have no idea. Because we've been watching so many, and they're all jumbled up in my memory, and I don't know which 4 you chose for the podcast.
Well, the big new film next week. Oh, bother.
Oh, bother.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie Pooh.
Blood and Honey.
Yep, that was one of them.
And there was a spoiler for you. We both liked it more than we thought we would.
We were pleasantly surprised. We went in expecting the worst. And
people have been slamming this right and left online. And
it gets a lot of hate.
I mean, it's a slasher film, but it's well done.
Well, it's a blasphemy of a lot of people's childhood memories of fondness of, the actual Pooh and Piglet and all them as a children's story. This is not a children's story. You do not want your children to see this.
Okay, so tune in next week where we have fun with Pooh.
Yeah.
That sounds vaguely nasty.
It does.
All right, well, I'm Brian.
And I'm Kevin.
We'll see you next week.
See ya.